Hi guys, welcome back. Now we're going to talk about fonts. We covered it previously and basically, and I'm just going to type our favorite word, create. And I'm going to do this a couple of times in different formats. Whoops. And let's do one more. And I'm doing these on separate lines intentionally. All right, so we have it typed three different ways with a capitalized, all lowercase, and all uppercase. So when we go and we look at fonts, remember we talked about system, and we talked about Cricut. When you're in Cricut, again, these downloads have nothing to do with anything except offline use. You don't have to download them to use them. Case in point, I can just click it and I can use the font. Okay? You do not need to download it unless you plan to work offline. The next thing is that we covered, and we talked about it earlier as well, are the all fonts. This includes this list is all of your fonts on your device, be it a computer, a laptop, your phone, your iPad. It's per device. When you install a font, it is installed on that device and that device only. So if you want to use it on your computer and then later jump on your iPad, you need to install it on your iPad too. And we will show that in the videos for the iPad. Then you have system fonts, and these are just fonts that are installed only on the system that you're using, the device that you're using. And this is where what we're doing today, this is where they're going to appear. Okay, so just a quick overview of that before we go and get started. Now, people say, where do you get your fonts? What do you do? If you come over to craftingwithapril.co, and also in the group resource guide, this is the page we're going to go to, is the group resource guide. When you go over to this page, and this is the only page that you're going to access without logging in or registering, all my other pages for files and things like that, you will see a black box. If you're not a supporter, you will not be able to get in there without that password. Freebies, we have lots of freebies for you guys, but you must register, and if you're registered, you must log in order to get to those files. But the resource guide is absolutely, you don't have to do anything in order to get in there and take a peek and get the resources you need. Those resources come in the form of our download guide. It has cheat sheets and things like that that you can use with the Learning Design Space videos that you just watched earlier. All of that is going to be in that resource guide, along with a lot of resources. This will be changing. I will be putting up a new video here. And then our next task for 2021 is to revamp that download guide. So you can get it now. It's still usable, but a new one is coming. We also do our giveaway spot over here. And then this will take you to the Cricut Maker Projects group. But we have all sorts of stuff, how to use your glyphs and stuff for your font. All of that is here. I do have some videos on using any font and things like that for you mobile users. And there's lots of stuff in there that you can use. There are a lot of resources here, including the group rules for the groups. But down here, these are resources. These are my affiliate links. If you click on a link and you make a purchase, I will earn a small commission, and that's how I am able to make videos and projects for you guys and keep all of this going. So I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. You can come in here, Dreaming Tree, 3D projects, fonts from Font Bundles, which we're going to go over and visit. You have vinyl. You have graphics, Design Bundles, a sister site of Font Bundles. Those are my go-tos along with Creative Fabrica. If you prefer heat presses over the Easy Press, oops, I got an error there. I'll fix that. Something's not showing. Heat press and inks for sublimation printing if you're into that. All of this stuff you can find right here. We have tons and tons and tons of font places. Right here is Creative Fabrica. Debbie does design. She has mostly sublimation or print and cut images. We have crafting supplies. This one is your Samantha font. Deals for the designers. You can get 15% off with the Cats Who code from Mighty Deals. We have craft bundles, SVG cuts. All of these guys, these are our trusted resources. And I can't stress enough, trusted resources. Okay, if you get a bad file, it's rare, but if you get a bad file, you have a recourse where you can go back and say, hey, this file isn't working, what's wrong with it? And that includes your fonts. These down here are where you can buy shirts, cups, blanks, all of those kind of things, and they are not affiliates. Okay, I don't earn anything, but those are just there. Those are the main ones that people use. And if you have somebody, I will go in and check out their company, and if I feel that they are a good, honest company with good customer service, I will place them down there. I have used the Stainless Depot. I've used Johnson Plastics. I have not used these others, and that is the difference. All of these up here, anything you see up here that's an affiliate of mine, I actually use those. Here's Creative Market. But tons and tons of resources, and this is where you can find them. Why am I showing you this? It's very important, especially if you plan to sell items. You can get free from them. They come with a license so that you can sell. There are places where you can get free fonts. They do not come with a license. You can get into trouble for selling. And you can get cease and desist letters. Companies on Etsy get cease and desist letters for selling the freebies from these sites all the time. They will sell you something that's actually over here for free. So you need to be very careful about where you're getting your images and your fonts. It does matter. Okay? And so let's go ahead and take a look at some of those. Here I'm on Font Bundles. I am a Plus member on Font Bundles, so I keep my my account stocked up. I have some Plus credits. I get Plus credits from them, and then I have some money in there for things that I can't use Plus credits on. A lot of times you're going to get freebies in here. It's like this. I purchased it, and then they made it free for the week. But there are just tons of free fonts and everything in here. When you put them on your account, and that's what I wanted to show you. Let me just go back. You don't have to save it to your computer or a jump drive or anything else. You don't have to download it immediately if you know you're going to use it in the future. You can come in here, anything that you purchase, not your free files, anything that you purchase, you can come back and download it at any time. Okay? It's going to be here for you. So all of those things are in your account on these trusted sites. You can get a free font when you come over here. Let's just say I was going to get Love Struck. As a matter of fact, we are going to get Love Struck. Make sure I have cleared all of this just for you guys, just so we don't get anything mixed up. So right here is Love Struck, and I'm just going to download it. And there are links down below, guys, for these sites. Again, if you click on those links, in the video description, they will take you over there, and I will still earn a commission, and I thank you for that. So I can just click it and download a free file, and you see I'm on a Mac, so mine jumped up here into my downloads folder, and it automatically unzipped it. Now we've talked about images and things like that, so if you're on Google, it's going to come down here in the bottom left in a zip folder. Double click it, it should open it up for you. If not, it's going to be in your downloads folder just like your images. And then we're going to come back to that. Okay, so I'm just going to close that. And here's our glyphs. This comes with glyphs right here. And it tells you how to use those glyphs. The that are in there. It's going to have all of your information is going to be contained in there. Okay? I'm going to show you some of those as well. So that's some of those over on there, and they do have a sister site, and that is Design Bundles. So you can go over to Design Bundles. It's going to be your same account. You're still going to have your same money that you topped off your account with. They do have dollar days, so you'll want to make sure that you are looking at those free designs, deals. I mean, right here, 40 signs ready, SVGs already ready. All you got to do is upload them. $5. Lots of stuff that you can get for free or low cost if you want to do that. Don't forget that they also have tools on these sites. Here's Theme Planet. If you need something like that, they have those. Let's go to, let's see. I don't see a whole lot of tools in here. I know it's here somewhere, but look around on the site. You're going to find plenty of things. Doesn't matter where you get your fonts from. They are going to install exactly the same way as they do from Font Bundles, Creative Fabrica, free from Dafont.com. When you get one from Etsy, if they got this font, they're probably selling you an SVG of it where they took that font. They're not allowed to do that. They will get a cease and desist letter, but you can see you can get it for free here. So why you would go over there and pay for it, not sure. Creative Fabrica. We have all your fonts. You have graphics. You have crafting clubs, and you have embroidery. You have tools. Why is that important? I'm not going to get a font from here because I've got one from Design Bundles. We're going to get one from Dafont, and we're going to show you how. But Font Cloud, Shape Cloud, Web Font Generator, there are logo tools over on Design Bundles. I forgot to show you guys that. Just look in the tools, you'll find it. But Font Cloud is a very important tool because you can load all of your fonts in here. And I'm going to open Font Cloud. And it will, the more I get in there, the more it kind of bogs down. But you can see it's going to bring in all of my fonts. I browse my fonts and install them. You can also drag and drop, and I'm just going to drag and drop that one in, see if that, oops, maybe I need to open it first. I'm going to double click on my folder, and it's going to open just like this. So when you unzip yours, this is what you're going to see. And I'm just going to, I want that to go away, but that's okay. Here's your OTF, here's your TTF. Here's your Font Bundles URL, that's where I got it. Here's the FAQs and a PDF about it. Here's your premium license. I got it for free. Here is my license. So I'm going to open that up. May take it a second. And here's a picture of what my font looks like. So it's going to tell me what it looks like. Here is my license. It comes with a premium license so that I am allowed to create personal and commercial use products using that font. And I can use, and it tells me how much I can sell using it. Guys, this is very important, okay? Very, very important information for you to have those, especially when you're getting free fonts, okay? If you paid for a font, usually it's going to come with a license. It may be limited, just like the free ones are limited. If you want unlimited use, usually those are just a few more bucks. If you want to add that commercial, premium commercial license, this is just your premium license. But it does come with it. So which font do I install? The OTF or the TTF? Guys, it's the same font. There's nothing different between them except this is the old format style. This is the new. This one supposedly takes up less space on your computer. This one's 68 kilobytes, 40 kilobytes. Those are your difference, okay? That's it. So we're going to double click on it, and then it's going to open up another box. Now, if you're on a Windows computer, you're probably going to see something. You may not have a preview like this, but you're going to see something that looks like a piece of paper with the letter A in it. Instead of an @ sign like this, it's just going to have a capital A. that's the one you want to click. And then you're going to see a box open up similar to this. This says not installed. You have to click install font. And then mine's going to open up on my Mac in my font book, and it's going to add it. And I'm just going to give it a second. There we go. And now here is my Love Struck font. And on my Mac, I can adjust my sizes how I want it to be. Okay. And I can see all of my glyphs. That's going to be important later. So I'm just going to minimize this for right now. I can close that. Oops, actually, I wanted to open that. If I want to, there are several ways that you can do this. You can find your fonts. Let's see if it put Love Struck in there. Just going to type love. I don't see it, so I'm going to come over and let's find it here. Here we are. And see if I can drag that in. Usually you can drag right here. I'm dragging it to the wrong place. Doesn't want to work for me. Maybe if I come up here. Oh, that's what it is. There we go. And now it's in. So you want to open it up, and from the same place that you install from, you're just going to drag it over. So now my Love Struck is in there and I can see it. Why is that important? Well, if you're designing and you want to type the word create, now you can see how that word looks in every font that you have installed in here. It will show them all to you, okay, and how they look. So this is a very handy tool to have. All you got to do is drag and drop your fonts into it, and if you want to browse your fonts, you can do that here. How do I find my fonts? I come up and I go to search, and I search OTF on my computer. I'm searching in the wrong place. I have to search my computer. And you can search your computer as well. And then all of my OTF fonts are going to appear in here, and I can drag and drop those right into this drop off and load all the fonts that I have. I also search my TTF, and then those will come up. Any fonts that don't have an OTF file, the TTF is fine, okay? So you'll want to search both of them and drag those over for your computer. Okay, so that covers mostly all the fonts and how to get them onto your computer. Now we're going to come over here to Dafont. Because Dafont has an awesome preview tool. The other, let me just come back to Font Bundles to show you where that's at. All of the sites are going to have some form of preview tool. The good sites will anyway. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page down here, you can type in your word. I'm on comments. Where is my preview? May not be giving me a preview of that one. You go to bundles. I know that it does. Free fonts, come on over here. Let's pick this one. I may have just overlooked it on the other page. There is a bar on there. Comments. Okay, well maybe they've taken it out. There used to be, I may be on the wrong page. Oh, right here. Free font download, browse and download, register for a free account, access free products. They do have a tool on here so that you can see what your font looks like in your words, or they did. If not, let's go. Maybe it's the ones not free. Let's go to calligraphy. Preview your own text. That's what it is. On the free ones, it's not going to allow you. But if I want to preview my own text, I can type the word create, and now I can see it in all of these fonts. I knew it was on there somewhere. They just revamped. It used to be down at the bottom. But you can see whatever your word, what you want to look at in that font. So I'm going to have to hit enter. There we go. There we go. Type the word down here in this box. Now you can see what it looks like in each one of those fonts. Okay? So all of the good sites are going to have those. Here we are on Dafont. Dafont works a little bit differently with the preview tool. As far as downloads go, it's going to be the same. And let's just say that I like this brownies cake, so I'm going to hit download, and it's going to download for me. Now you can donate to the author of this here and everything else, but you'll need to do the same thing, especially on these. We're going to open it up, and it's going to open, and I'm going to get the OTF. Remember, if you don't have an OTF, TTF is fine. It's just going to say this one's 204 kilobytes. Both of these are, so I don't think that's a true OTF. So we're going to install it. And now I've installed that font, and it's going to pop up over here in my window as well, brownies and cakes. So now I have that one installed. They are installed on my computer. Just going to close that out. Oops, wrong one. There is no README file in here, okay? So let's go and look right here. For personal use only. Personal use. Are the fonts free of charge? This is a demo version. Sometimes you will get things where it won't have the glyphs. The extras, like the long tails that we put on the end of a T or at the beginning of a word. Those won't be in there on some of these. You can see free for personal use, free for personal use, personal use. There, you don't get a license with these. So when you put that on that cutting board and then you're sitting at your craft booth and you're selling that, if the creator sees that or catches wind of it, then you could be in a lot of trouble and get a cease and desist letter. You need to check that on every one you get. Some of them will have a README file. When you download it and open this up, there will be a README file in there that says that. I think I've already got pickle juice, but I'm going to see if it's in there. Yes, just like right here, you'll see that README file, and there's no OTF here. This is only TTF, so I can install that. It's fine. For personal use only, period. You have to purchase a commercial license, professional or not. You're not allowed to use the font without a license for design, for your company, for a nonprofit, for association, for a church, a gamer. You cannot use this font unless you purchase that license. Okay? So this is why everybody says, oh, Dafont, you can get all the free fonts. Well, you can, but you could get into a lot of legal issues as well. So are they fun? Yes. Can you use them for yourself or for gifts that you're giving? Yes. You cannot sell anything using those. So what is great about Dafont? So I'm going to go over here and let's just browse for word art. Or how about welcome SVG. Let's do that. And let's go to images. So let's say that I see this right here and I'm like, I really like that, but I don't need the word welcome. I want to know what font they used, because they may not tell you. This is from Design Bundles, by the way. We don't know what font that is. How can we tell? I'm going to slide this out. And one of the things that you want to look at, and it's going to take time for you to learn some of these guys, but I know that this is like a handwritten script font. Okay, so if I come over here on Dafont and click on script, and then maybe go to handwritten, you notice that when I click on any of these, then I get this preview tool right here. Okay, it wasn't here before. I'm going to go back just so you can see. Here's the main page. And this changes constantly, guys, because every time a recent font's added, it changes. But you can see there's no preview tool here. But once you click on a theme or a header, you're going to get that preview tool. So I can type in the word welcome, and I'm going to type it several ways. With a uppercase to start, cap it. Then I'm going to type it all in caps, and then I'm going to type it in all lowercase. And then you can put how many fonts you want it to search for or to show. If you want to show variants, the size, you can do small, medium, large, tiny, doesn't matter. You can do name by popularity. I usually go by popularity, and then I hit submit. There are more options here. Anything that's public domain, free for personal use, you can go in and click and separate them out that way. Okay, but I usually want to see everything. I don't want to limit myself. Now I can see exactly what those fonts look like with the word I want to use, so I can find it if I want to use it for, say, maybe blessed. I want to use this font to match something that says blessed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to come through here and search. Will I find the exact font? Sometimes. But if not, I can get really, really close and make it work for me. And then it makes it my own project. Okay, because this one is really close except for the little glyph on it. Okay, so you can look and see if it comes with glyphs and things like that on the paid version, but this is going to help you come and find fonts that are similar to what you're looking for. Okay, but you'll want to type in your words several ways so that you can look and find stuff. Okay. If anybody has any questions, I have several videos on fonts that can help you. We really can't locate fonts, guys, because you never know when somebody has actually skewed something. If they've actually, this could be just a handwritten font that they wrote themselves. And usually you can tell if the E's don't match. Sometimes they will just duplicate it and use that E. But maybe these are the only letters, the only 7 letters that they drew out and created. Okay, so it may not be a font at all, but just an image that they drew. And that is something that we all struggle with when we're looking. You can look till the cows come home. If this was a handwritten, just a drawn welcome, then that's all there's going to be of it. Okay, so lots of fun tools that you can come in here and you can use and you can learn to work with. I'm just going to close this out, and we're going to go over to Design Space because I installed those fonts, remember? So one of the fonts, oops, let me bring that back up. One of the fonts that I downloaded was Pickle Juice, and I think I've already got that in there, but we're going to look. I'm just going to search my system fonts for Pickle Juice. Not there, but I installed it. Nope, I didn't install that one. Okay. But I did install the other two, right? So let's search for brownie. That's a sweet brownie, but that's not brownie and cake. And I know I installed that font. It's right here, brownies. But and brownie, nothing brownie is coming up. Okay, what about the other one? What was the other one? We did Love Struck. There's Love Struck in there. No, it's not there. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I had Design Space open. And I'm just going to save that. Create 3. I had Design Space open when I installed those fonts. So I'm just going to close out of Design Space and quit it. If you have Design Space closed before you install your font, you can skip this step. But if you don't, then you're going to have to close out and come back, okay? Just so that it can refresh and know that you've installed something new. So now when I go in, we're going to look for Brownies, and there's Brownies Cake. So now I have it, okay? There's my font. The other one was, see, I've already forgotten, Love Struck. There's Love Struck with all its little glyphs and all its glory. Yay. So how do you use those glyphs? I want to use some of them that are in there. Sometimes they will be in there where you can use your keystrokes, and they will usually tell you what keystroke to use. If you come in here and look, this one doesn't tell you, but the README file may tell you. Control or Shift 1, Shift 2, Shift 3 will give those to you. So let's try it because we're on Love Struck here. You want to make sure. So let's hit Shift 1. It brings up an brings up the exclamation. So maybe Shift 2. There's an at. M. There's the M. The letter M brings up a little envelope. And these are all in lowercase that I'm getting these. So S, M-I-S, there's that. That's just the lowercase o, but when I go to the big O, you can see that I get that. So the lowercase o is giving me the love symbol, and the uppercase is giving me the letter. So some of them will work that way. What are some other things that you can do? Let me get back up this page. I just want to pull up my, there's my Love Struck in my font book. Now, if you're on a Windows computer, you're going to be using your character map. And I do have a video on using the character map. That's what you're going to be looking for. If you're on a Mac, you're opening up your font books, which is what I have here, is font book. So I want to use some of those glyphs. I'm going to take this down. And there I can see them. Maybe that's a little too small. Right here is that love glyph that we just used, the lowercase o to get. I'm just going to select it, and I'm going to Command C on a Mac, Control C for copy on your Windows. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to open a text box. That text box needs to be set for the font that you're using. So if I have this set on Brownies and I went and copied Love Struck, it's not going to work. And then Command V or Control V, and now I have that glyph that was in there. If you want, let's see. Let's say we want this. Command C. Again, I'm going to open up a text box. I need to make sure that the font is set for the glyph that I copied. And now I have my little arch with a heart that I could put over the word create. So tons of ways to use your fonts and use your glyphs, and how to download and install. They do not upload. There's nothing else you can do. You're just going to install them on your computer. Once you download and install, you're done. And then you just need to close Design Space, open it back up, and you can work with the font you installed. If you did not install it, then it's not on your system. Okay? So that concludes fonts. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to move over now, and guess what we're going to start doing? We're going to start looking at the machine, how to load mats, and all of that stuff. So we're going to take a look at Make It and the matte screens next.